Okay, y'all, it's the costume jeweler. We're gonna do one more look around before I head out. So I'm gonna show you what I've done. So y'all saw this pasture the last few days. So what I've done is mowed the best I can to get the weeds down. Then yesterday, I actually hand-picked around the pecan trees the weeds. So I'm gonna drive y'all around, and I also have this, I can look at it later. So did a pretty good job of knocking down all of this high grass. You're gonna see here we've got 3 rows of pecan trees, and I marked them with the orange caution tape. So you're gonna have one center row, further row over there, and some here. We're gonna drive down through here and look around at not any particular ones, just as a whole, so y'all can see them. And also I'll have this video for later. So the grass grows really high out here. We're not getting much rain. You see this water hose right here, y'all? I've got 650 feet of water hose. It stretches from one end of the pasture to the other. We got a pretty good rain today. See the water hose right there? After I take you through the pasture, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna water those trees. So most of y'all have heard of a generator before, I'm sure, especially if you live in places that have hurricanes like that, things, natural weather that happens. You usually have a generator to run your refrigerator or whatever you need run, but you're gonna see lots of water hoses here. So this is gonna be a pretty fast trip. But you can tell that I mowed out a lot of the weeds. We're gonna water it from the pool right over there. And when I get up in there, we'll hope not to see a snake, because there's never no telling in that pond. I'll tell you what, I'll be skipping and jumping. If I see one, I'll be doing. I'll be running, is what I'll be doing. So you can see all the weeds back behind here, but the ultimate goal is to get these trees up and going in the next 2 to 3 years. So they were just twigs when I got them. They're still twigs. Some have leaves on them, some don't. Even if they look like they're dead, trust that they aren't, and water them, baby them, take care of them. And then at some point out here, there's gonna be 71 mature pecan trees. Like this one right here, for example. So I'm watering about 2 minutes per plant. But you can see right there, oh my gosh, and I need to get that. I left some hammer out here and stuff yesterday. So 3 rows staggered from front to back. This is probably, I bet this is 3 acres. The plants are about, I was about to say, what was I doing with that water hose? That's the one I need to take back with me. It confused me there for a minute. But about, probably planted on about 3.5 acres. That one right there is broken. I'm gonna still leave it marked though, because I've got them about 26 feet apart. That's what the Texas appraisal district requires. So you have lots of options, quite a few options for ag exemption. And believe me, in this county with the new lakes coming in, you want to get that ag exemption. Up in here you have one hidden. So one of the things you can do is 70 pecan trees. If it's a non-orchard or non-irrigated orchard, meaning Mother Nature waters it. So that's what I did. You could put irrigation out here and have 40 pecan trees. That probably would have been ideal, but you'd have had to dug a well. That's probably about $7,500. You could have a cow, you could have a horse. You've got to have a certain number of acreage to even do that. So that's one of the benefits of living in the country if you've got acreage, because you can get you a tax exemption. So what happens is, when I planted these trees in April, you had to plant them first. Then you apply for your exemption. They deny your exemption. Then your 5-year clock starts ticking. In 5 years, if you still have 70 pecan trees, which I put, a couple more than I needed. If you still have 70 pecan trees and they are geared towards production of pecans, they do not have to be mature. They do not have to be producing pecans, just geared towards the production of pecans. Your ag exemption will start. What do you get for that? They don't tell you, but you're going to get something off your taxes for sure. So you'll get a certain percentage off your taxes, but no, they do not tell you at this point what it is. Another option you have is bees, honeybees. You have, you know, there's all kinds of things. There's hay baling, you're growing hay and all types of things. So what you do is you just pick which one you want to go with. I figure baby these for 2 to 3 years, and what happens once they're up and on their own, you ain't gonna have a problem, because you won't need to water them anymore once they're growing. I left this out here yesterday. Got to get that picked up. I was putting holes with that hammer and that stake into places around the pecan trees. We're going to go up here in hopes that I don't see a snake. And I'm going to lift the lid on this because it rained a little bit today. I'm going to lift the lid real quick off of this generator because it just really scares me to even lift that thing up. I didn't bring a shovel to do it with, but I don't want to think that there's a water moccasin under there, and I'm not trying to scare y'all or anything because I'm really scaring myself. So I don't know if I can hold this phone in one hand while I try to flip that thing real quick. So right here you're going to see the water hose. So from the pond over here I've got a sump pump. It's in the bucket in the pond. This black water hose right there goes to that sump pump. So that black water hose starts the process. Then it's hooked onto another hose that's connected to about 5 more. This hose will have to be dragged from one end of the pasture to the other for watering. I did it yesterday. It takes about, I water them for about 2 to 2.5 minutes each. It takes about 2.5 to 3 hours to cover all 71. Lots of fun, huh? Just look for the caution tapes and you're gonna find the trees. And now we're gonna go up here real quick, and I tell you, freaks me out. So this pond was built in '81. It used to be really nice and clean. And one day that'll be the last project I do, is get it back up into its shape of being nice and clean. There's lots of turtles here, but you do have to watch out for snakes around the pond. No, the pond is nowhere close to the Airbnb. It's clearly on the opposite side. So I'm not going to show you right now, but right here I've got my hookup. I know y'all are thinking something's going to get out. So the guy that works the land some, he dug me a hole right here in the pond. That right there's about 6 foot deep. Where you see that hose, it goes into a bucket to keep mud out of the sump pump. It's hooked up right here. Generator, my God. We're gonna flip this real quick. And we're gonna fire it up and I'm gonna show you how it works. So keep it protected. Here's hoping. That's what I'm talking about. Do it quick, do it quick. So it's real easy. I'm hoping I can get a gas tank under there too to protect it. Well, I mean, not here. You just keep this. You keep this here. So what you'll do, you'll take your extension cord. This breaker right here needs to be flipped up. So that needs to be flipped up. And you'll plug into one of these. You've got 4 of them. So we're going to start it up, and then we're going to plug it up. And I'm going to show you that water pumps out pretty clear. So look at this pond, y'all. Seriously, look at it. So it used to be pretty clear, and I think it's a spring-fed pond. So we had it dug in '81, but I think it's spring-fed, and I'm gonna tell you why, because it don't look so super clear here, and it does need to be cleaned out. It didn't used to look like this, had a lot of catfish in it, but I'm gonna show you when we fire this thing up. How do you start it? Flip this breaker switch right here from off to on. Come around here, turn on your choke. Pull this right here. Look at that, how we got it. Uh-oh. It's probably important to turn on the on button right there. My goodness. What an instructor I am. Turn on the on button. So breaker's up, plugged in, on. Here's the hose. Again, about 650 feet. And I'm gonna show you what it does. It pumps it out pretty quick. After that, I'm gonna let y'all go because I got business to do. I got stuff I gotta do. But I wanted to show y'all. Not that you really care, but guess what? You're getting to see it anyway, so we ain't all about just jewelry and purses all the time, y'all. We're about getting these trees up and running. There's one out here that had a lot of leaves on it. See, I picked these yesterday. Best I could, I'll tell you what. Talk about sweating. Now, if it ain't running over here, that means there's a kink in the hose. Otherwise, you just got to look for the kinks. But look at this. Pumps out like clear water. Y'all saw the pond. Let's see. Come on. Come on. But I'm telling you, that's pretty good for that much of a pump. I mean, for that length. So yeah, when it's running, you've got to definitely look for kinks in here and things like that. But look at that. It's pretty clear. Just don't want to get it on my phone. And that's it. Look how clear that is. That pond does not look like that, does it? And that's it, y'all. So I just go in here and I put them down right there for like a minute and a half, well, 2 minutes. Let that beautiful water run. And that's it. So let's go turn this baby off because I got some stuff to do and I've only got 2.5 hours before dark. 2.5. Look at these deer tracks. So that's it, y'all. Pretty good job of getting this all cleaned up. Hopefully it gives them a good head start. Planned them in April. We'll look at them every year together, you know, who knows. Once they get rooted in, pretty good. Hog tracks. That's all the hose. And that's it, y'all. Until next live sale, which I think we're going to have this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Y'all come on out. Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have a live sale. Giveaways. Lots of fun. And none of this farming stuff, even though it's important. And I'll see y'all later. That's the neighbor honking next door. That big barn house over there. Everybody around here knows each other. That's the good thing about it. All right, I'm gonna see y'all later because I gotta get the sump pump out of the pond here, take it back, fire her up. And when you're done, you just turn her off. Unplug it. Stick this top right back on top of this every time because you never know it's gonna rain. And y'all, I'll see y'all later. Come out to the live sale this Saturday about 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to bring the jewels from the auction haul video a couple of weeks ago. Y'all saw that. 2 of those are out. I didn't show you everything I got. And we're going to do it to it. And we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye.